Aloha, everybody, or I should say talofa. Welcome to Ho'i Kaika, and today I have one of my friends. I actually haven't seen him for a while. I think the last time I seen Sam face to face was at I think it was at the Pineapples restaurant. I think back in Utah.
Last time I saw you was you're on the stage. You know, you're.
I remember you being on the stage, but yeah, this gentleman, his name is Sam Fonoimoana, and he's done some amazing things. He's, I myself I do e-learning development, so I'm in IT and technology and multimedia work, and I don't get to see too many Polynesians in my field of work. This guy took it to a whole nother level. This guy is a CEO of a big tech company, and I thought to myself, I gotta get this guy on a show because there's not too much representation for us Polynesians, and I want to hear about how this guy was able to power through and get through all of that and become, one of the trailblazers for us. So I'm gonna shut up and let my man talk. So I'm gonna introduce to Sam Fonoimoana. Go ahead, if you don't mind introducing yourself and telling a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, Gavin. Yeah, thanks for having me on the show. It's been a while. Yeah, I think the last time was here in Utah. I'm here in Utah again. We went back to Hawaii just to be with our family for a few years there back in Laie. But yeah, Sam Fonoimoana. My dad is Samoan, my mom is Hawaiian, and I was born in Kahuku, and we lived in Laie till I was about 8 years old, and then we moved out to LA, that's where I graduated high school. I come from a big family. A lot of Polynesian families are big. Mine is like that. We had, I have 9 sisters and 2 brothers, and yeah. So I've been married now for 22 years. My wife Sabrina's from Tahiti, and so we got a Polynesian household here. We got all the islands pretty much, here in our home. So I get to eat all the different foods from all the different islands. It's great. But I've been in tech for about 15 years now, and I started off not knowing what I was going to do back in college. If I was to fast forward, if I was in college, fast forward to now, I would be very, very surprised, with where I'm at today, because I didn't know what I was going to do. So, yeah.
That's pretty cool, man. What made you want to get in technology?
For me, I just remember going through business school. So we were learning about debits and credits, with accounting, learning about leadership courses. But in the midst of all those business classes, I took a couple of information systems classes. And one of them was where I learned Excel, spreadsheets. And I remember I opened up the spreadsheet. I'm like, man, what am I looking at here? I don't even know what this is. But by the time I was done with the course, I'm like, oh, this is pretty cool. The idea that you can automate things just through these formulas, and so that planted a seed in my head. And then I took another ISIS class later on about VBA, which is the programming language for Excel, where you actually write like syntax. And same thing. I was like, man, I don't know how I'm going to use this, but I see what you can do a lot, with coding and with automation here. And that kind of planted the seeds, like just way back in those days when you and I was in college. So, yeah.
That's pretty cool, man. I admire data engineering and data management. I've actually taken some classes in like MySQL, PHP, because I went the route of graphic design and web development. And with web, I did HTML, JavaScript, and then I started getting into the data stuff. And it's very fascinating to me. I'd never had a chance to go all out. Like I actually tried going for I can't even think of it right off the top of my head. My CCNA. What do you call that certification? That data certification for like networking and stuff like that. I was thinking about getting involved in that too. And so I probably will be hitting you up with a lot of questions about that. When you were first starting off getting into tech, did you see a lot of Polynesians in the field?
No, I mean, so this was, I want to say I finished up the MBA program in 2007. And then my first tech job out of college was a couple of years later. And no, I didn't see any. There's one other Filipino Hawaiian dude who was with me at that same company, and then my cousin Marcus Varner. You remember Marcus and Will, those guys. So it was us three. Like we were the only ones there. You know, they were on the marketing side, and I was really the only one more on the technical side of things. Where they brought me in as a chief statistician, and I was doing all the data engineering. So um, for sure, like on the analytics and the data engineering, data science side of things. I mean, here in Utah, I'm pretty much known as the Polynesian who does data, right? There's
Yeah.
like I can't think of. There's a couple other programmers out here, but I can't think of any other who are specifically in analytics. Who are Polynesians. So yeah.
Yeah. I can't have either. There was one gentleman that you know Sam Keller?
Oh yeah, yeah. I know Sam.
Yeah. So I know he does some programming stuff too, like app development and whatnot. He mentioned this other guy that's a VP. I can't remember the company, but it sounds like he does some of that data engineering as well. And just from my own experience, I hardly see any of us, man, in IT.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I come across somebody that's an island boy that's involved in tech, ooh, man, the light bulb goes off and I just geek out, man. I'm like talking shop, with whoever it is. What I have a cousin, his last name is Tui. He's Hawaiian Samoan like you, and when I run into him, we talk. I don't get a chance to geek out like that with too many folks.
Oh yeah.
But I think, yeah. Go ahead. What are you gonna say?
No. I mean, it's good because for like over here, like we've tried to network with each other. So I do have like in my company, Data Join, my head of engineering. He's a Tongan guy, Ikani Samani. He's awesome. He's got a lot of experience with a lot of tech companies, and he's heading up all the engineering. We got Ikani. There's Nathan Hanamaikai. Also he's not at our company, but like we all go to lunch with each other. We keep tabs on each other because, like you said, it's nice to be able to talk shop. Um, while we're playing pickleball at the same time. You know what I mean? So,
dude, that's another thing too, man. I see all my friends playing pickleball over here at home too. I feel like I'm not with the cool kids now because they're not playing pickleball.
Hey, it's the easiest sport to pick up, but so let's just go for it.
I seen it, man. It looks pretty fun, man. I'm gonna have to get in on that. Josh Lindo. Josh.
Oh yeah, I know Josh.
So he posts.
I see his Instagram.
Yeah, he posts his pickleball games that he has over here. Like I think he lives on the leeward side now, but he was always posting his pickleball games that he has at the park and stuff. I so used to seeing him like lift weights, and I was like, oh wow, you pick up a new hobby now. I was like, yeah, man, you got to jump in. It's cool. When you if you don't mind sharing some of the triumphs and challenges you have gone through in your life, how you overcame them and things you've been able to accomplish. Yeah, if you mind sharing that.
Sure. I mean, I think, being raised in our culture, just growing up, there was a lot of people living in our house. I don't know if you know this, but Will and Marcus, those guys, we all grew up together, like in the same house. We grew up in a 2-bedroom house there in LA. There was like 25 of us in there. The Mexicans across the street had nothing on us, right? Like we packed it in there, and I think from a young age, like we knew, we knew what it was to, I don't know, be able to have to do more with less. It's funny, my grandpa and my parents, they did well with their business, but we would never have known because they didn't really, it's not like they bought us a lot of things. Like we grew up as if we were just poor kids. They're in LA, and we walk to school in the morning. It doesn't matter how cold it is. We go to football practice 3 hours. We're tired. I see everyone else's parents come and pick them up. Me and Marcus were walking home from football practice late at night. We come home, we get whatever leftovers is there. So I think just from a young age, like we just understood there's a lot of work that's involved in life. If you want to do something, then it's going to take effort. So like with that in mind, because that definitely prepared me for my career. It hasn't been easy. I landed in my first tech company because I got laid off, from I've been laid off twice in my career, and so that was the first time. And I just remember, the first month passed by, then the second and the third, fourth, fifth month, and yeah, I mean it's tough. We're just relying a lot on the Lord, praying, trying to get that hustle, trying to talk to as many people as I can, and I just knew something was going to happen like sooner or later, just because the Lord would take care of us, and because I was hustling at the same time. So I remember that's when Marcus called me up, Marcus Varner, my cousin. He said, "Hey, are you a statistician?" I'm like, "Shoot, yeah, I'm a statistician." I took some classes, and so I'm going to meet with my actuary friends. And that's what got me into my first tech company. I interviewed over there, and I still remembered all the education I had learned back in college. I had all my notes, and I interviewed well. I ended up landing that job, and man, I mean, that was one of the hardest times that I can remember in me and Sabrina's life, with our family. But it turned into like our greatest blessing, because it put me down this completely new path. And yeah, I remember like our neighbors were bringing us over food. We depleted our savings completely, but just that faith, belief and action, a lot of action. It brought me over to tech. So that's one story off the top of my head that I can think of.
Right on, brother. Thanks for sharing that, man. Well, as a CEO, that's a big undertaking, especially now with COVID and all the challenges that companies been facing. How has that been for you guys dealing with COVID?
Yeah, you know what? It almost took us down. I mean, like we needed every PPP dollar we could get. It's tough for us. We're a small startup, and man, it was just really tough. All of our pipeline, it basically just dried up overnight. Like we had everything lined up. We were headed out to Adobe Summit. That's the biggest, event that Adobe puts on every year. We were going to present, and then everything just stopped. Like it went virtual. All of our pipeline dried up. So it was just down to me and one other guy. It was just me and Nate. And we were just trying to figure it out, right? Like we were trying to figure out how to make payroll. Once that PPP money ran out, and our second core value is find a way, right? Like we always find a way, like no matter what the odds are against us. And so sure enough, like time after time, like we would just close the deal like right when we needed it. Like if I remember going to Pittsburgh, like we had to close this deal, with Highmark Healthcare. Otherwise, like that, it was game over for us. And just riding up that elevator with Nate, we're just like, okay, like let's just do this. We know like we're the best at doing this. It doesn't matter that there's no money in the bank. We're the best at doing this. Like we know that in our hearts. And we went in and we closed that deal right there. And that saved our company. And we were walking around downtown Pittsburgh like a couple of fools. We were just like singing and dancing because we had closed this deal of our lives, right? But yeah, I mean, you keep fighting no matter what. So
That's cool, man. If people wanted to know about you and what you do in your company, and just basically the services that your company has, like how would you explain what you do and what your company does for people?
yeah, so we're really trying to help all sales and marketing teams, specifically for B2B companies. And so like the way that we help them is they have so many systems today, and all of them are really good at what they do, but they're only like a piece of the puzzle. Like none of those systems talk to each other at all. And so we come in with our software, we call them micro integrations, and we can seamlessly connect all the systems, right? Like if you want your data from Salesforce, if you want that connected into your Adobe Analytics, like we have a micro integration for that. And we find that just helps sales and marketing teams who are normally operating in silos. But now when they got the data connected, then all of a sudden they kind of have the whole puzzle right there in their system. And they're able to just close more business, right? Ultimately, because they know everything about the prospects. So that's what we do. We're helping marketers changing the way that they do their business.
Cool, man. If people wanted to contact you for your services, how would they find you? How would they find your company?
You can go to datajoin.com, datajoin.com. You just connect with me on LinkedIn too, Sam Fonoimoana. I'm the only one on there for now until my nephews grow up, right? But yeah, those are the two ways to connect with me. Just if you want to learn more about our services, or even if you just want to talk, business and entrepreneur, I'm happy to help you if I can. So
Cool. Thanks, man. Yeah, I'm going to put that down in the description so people can contact you guys and whatnot. It's been cool. Like more and more people have been actually jumping on the channel and commenting and subscribing in like the last 2-3 weeks. So it's been great, man. It's been super cool. Trying to think, if you were to give advice to anybody, not necessarily just Polynesian men, but to any of the brothers out there that might be suffering or going through things, going through challenges in life, what kind of advice would you want to give them?
no, I mean, I think for me, I get my greatest strength is from my family. Also taking time for myself. I think that's important as well. I love to do sports like pickleball and different things. Hold on, just a second. Okay. I have all my kids home, so you never know who's going to walk in and what's going to happen. So, but yeah, I would say, just draw close to your family, but also take that time for yourself. I love doing sports, pickleball, music. I've been trying to learn this new song. Well, for me, it's new. I've been trying to learn this song on the piano that I hear every Christmas, and so I've been practicing that this year. But just little things like that, taking time for yourself, I think it really helps you to kind of clear your mind and just to recharge your batteries. But I'm looking forward to the break next week because my kids are going to be home. I like just kind of the simple things, just cooking breakfast for them in the morning, just talking with them. So let that recharge your batteries. I think it's easy to get kind of drown yourself in the stress and the fear of the situation, but when you can just enjoy the simple things and be grateful for those things, then I think it really helps to put you in the right mindset to kind of get back up and go at it again, right? So that's my thoughts on that.
That's true. Thanks a lot, brother. It's interesting when you talked about music because I know you play like 20 instruments or whatever it is. By the way, folks, the whole Fonoimoana family, from what I understand, everybody sings, everybody plays instruments. They're talented like that. Something I've noticed in my career, there's a lot of people in IT that play music too. We were kind of discussing amongst each other. When I was working specifically in the IT department at Kamehameha Schools, I swear there might have been about 30 guys that played, which is quite a lot. And every time there was some party or get together, we'd have like these quarterly meetings. We had the meeting, we talk business, we eat, and during lunchtime, bro, jam session. All of us IT geeks jamming on the side, ukulele, guitar, bass, all that stuff. And we were trying to wonder, it's like, man, you don't notice a lot of techie guys play music? Is it because of the mathematical mindset you got to have with technology, and you got to have a mathematical mindset when it comes to music? I was like, I wonder if that's what it is. But what do you think that is? Do you notice that trend too?
He don't like to sing with me, so I'm not really sure. Well, hey, let's go do it on this. Like, oh no, it's okay. No, I mean that wouldn't surprise me just because. Yeah, I mean, for me, like me and Papa growing up, right? Our dad showed us like 3 chords, and then we figured out that it's just pattern finding, Like that's how you and I, like that's how we can play any song because we already can kind of see the patterns, right? It's just in the chords. So that wouldn't surprise me, that a lot of left side of the brain guys, can figure that out. So.
Oh yeah, that's an interesting discussion too. Yeah, because when I was doing web coding, you definitely, when you got to troubleshoot the code and find out, okay, where does the pattern break, and then you find it. Yeah, it's kind of, I never thought about it that way before. Especially when you're having jam sessions, right? And you just playing off the top of your head, and there's no notes in front of you. You just gotta listen in. It's like, oh, okay, I go transpose this way.
Unconscious. Just go for it,
Yeah. When was the last time you had a jam session with your friends? What was the last time you did that?
So we went to my nephew's wedding in San Diego last week.
Nice.
And so Sunday dinner. So for Kungai, then my son, all of my sons have autism, all 4 of my sons. And I don't know if you knew that, but anyways, my oldest son, Tama, he's like the most social autistic you'll ever meet. He'll just talk your ear off. He's a real entertainer. And so he kicked off that jam session. He went and gathered everyone in the living room. Hey guys, come in. And then he just started singing Mary Did You Know, right? He just started singing it, and he kind of fast forwards a little bit. He does it his style. He does it a little bit faster, but that did it. And then before you know, like 2 hours later, like we were done with that jam session. I like busted out the uke, and man, everyone, like there was probably like 25 people in there. Everyone did at least one solo. We had plenty of group numbers in there, and everyone was just busting up, having a good time. So that was probably like the last good jam session I had was just on Sunday. So it was good. So we don't normally like to get that loud on Sunday, but hey, when you feel it, then you feel it. So
that's cool, man. What's up, brother?
Oh, this is Nalu. This is my youngest son.
How's it, Nalu? Oh yeah, he busy. Yeah, probably better let daddy go so he can take care of y'all, man. Hey, I don't know if I told you this too, but so my wife's brother is autistic, and
oh really?
Yeah, and so that he was her inspiration into becoming. She's a naturopathic doctor actually, and her specialty is working with people with autism actually, and I mean all ages. She works with adults and children, but mostly children come see her and stuff, and she's had a lot of successful things, successful stories doing like treatments and like changing of diets and stuff like that. I mean, what she does is she does like a whole comprehensive thing where analysis with like blood work and all this kinds of stuff. But I don't know, just letting you know, maybe we can talk story later on. And she does like free 30-minute consultations online on Zoom too, and she works with people out of state as well. So maybe I'll just hook up with you later on. And then,
I think it'd be interesting, for us, because this is our youngest one here. Nalu, he's 3. He's going to turn 4 in February. He can't talk. He's not potty trained. You see, he kind of likes the sensory.
Yeah, sensory. Yep. Very, very kinesthetic. Yeah, got a touch. Yeah.
So, and then we have Tama. He's 19 years old, 20 years old.
Yeah.
Service mission he actually serves dinner at the MTC Monday through Friday. That's his service mission. But
man, that's crazy. Wow.
Yeah, for Nalu, he came after he's our surprise baby, probably our surprise baby number 2. Yeah, so we're almost like just redoing everything with him again. So I wouldn't mind chatting, with your wife just to see what kind of thoughts that she has.
Yeah, for sure. And honestly, I didn't even think about it, but yeah, no pressure, bro. Just whatever. If she can help you guys, I think that would be great. Because she's told me stories about having patients and children who come and they're nonverbal, and then just because like changing diet, either taking out dairy or gluten, all of a sudden they start talking, and signs and stuff like that. So it's pretty heartwarming, man. I'll share with you her Facebook page later on, but yeah, sorry, kind of went off on a tangent.
No, that's a big part of my life and my family, and and what I fight for, my why. So is my boys.
Yeah,
for sure.
I give you a lot of credit, bro, because I know that's not easy. Because I mean, we don't have children with that type of challenge in their life or whatever. But sometimes, when they have that autistic condition, I notice that they usually there's some other like area that they specialize in, that they have an extra talent in too. Yeah. I find out, and I've been hearing stories about that, and see that a lot of times happen. Our sons, our oldest son actually has ADHD, and so we kind of trying to find methods to deal with that, and it's been working with him. But it's just interesting, like how people can see them one way, like, oh, they may be weak in that, but then they have all these strengths in these other areas too, you know, like, yeah, it's just kind of amazing to see that, you know.
Yeah, every boy's different. You know, for Tama, he loves to draw. So in the MTC, you'll see all the whiteboards in the MTC. He just draws the Marvel characters. He'll draw Disney characters. He has a really cool drawing style, and he's fast, you know.
Oh yeah,
he can bust out those drawings really quickly.
There you go, man.
Every boy's different. They have their own personality.
Yeah.
This is our lovey boy. You know, some autistics, they're known to be kind of antisocial.
Right.
They never smile. You know, Nalu's not like that. He's always happy. So, yeah, they're all different in their own way. They all got their strengths. So.
No, that's cool, man. Hi, Nalu. I'm sorry, I'm taking your daddy away. How's it, Nalu? But yeah, man. No, I appreciate you making time to do this, bro. Just having that part of your story show too about raising autistic children and not giving up, because I know there's people that their families have fallen apart. I hear their stories. Their families have fallen apart because of those things, but you guys are the ones that had that strength to just push through, bro. So seriously, much respect, bro. That's not an easy thing.
Oh, thank you. Like I said, they're an important part.
Yeah.
You know, my boys, they'll never be able to, you know, do a lot of things that the rest of us can. So
yeah, man.
I think, hey, you know what? I'm going to ride your guys' coattails to the top in the end, but I'm going to take care of you guys here and now, right? I'm going to do the things that you guys can do right now. So,
yeah. Appreciate your strength, brother. Yeah, folks, if you ever get a chance to go check out Sam, find out more about his business, and, you know, as you can see, amazing thing that this guy has been able to do and accomplish. And, you know, I just appreciate you making the time to be on the show, man. Yeah. Much aloha.
Yeah, aloha to you, Gavon. Anything I can do to help, just let me know. But this is a perfect way to end my day. I really appreciate catching up with you. If you're in Utah, man, let's go grab something to eat. So.
You're on, man. I gotta get out there. I need a change of environment, man. My family needs to probably have a change of environment too. So yeah, we need a vacation. We all need a vacation, huh?
You want a change of environment? You can come shovel some snow with me over here.
Hey, that might be cool, man.
Like snow this morning, and then in the afternoon too. There was a lot came down.
Oh, so. I believe it. It's been, believe it or not, it's been kind of cold over here too, cold and windy over here, and so a lot of people have been getting sick with different things, man. So it might be kind of nice to be in the snow for a while, but I don't know. I think maybe after a week or two, maybe I might miss being back home.
Probably
maybe
one day
or something. Oh, but no, seriously, appreciate you, bro. So folks, thank you for checking out Ho'i Kaika, and sometime after the holidays, you're gonna get to see a lot more episodes too. So mahalo to Sam, mahalo to his family for allowing us to talk to Sam, and we'll see you guys in another episode. Mahalo, peace.
Mahalo, Merry Christmas, guys. Yep.